there's a creature that can live forever. It's not a human, it's a jellyfish, and it can actually reverse its age. Just imagine being able to turn back time and relive the best moments of your life over and over again. That's what this jellyfish does. When this jellyfish is born, it starts off as a tiny polyp attached to a rock or a boat or anything that is larger than it. It eats microscopic plants called phytoplankton and grows into a bigger polyp. Now it's on its own, but it still has its home colony for support. And after a few months, it leaves the colony and strikes out on its own as a lone wolf, or I guess a lone jellyfish. After a year or so, it finds a mate, and together they create a new colony. And then when it senses danger, it reverts to its original state and starts the cycle all over again. Scientists call this process Basically, it takes a bunch of cells from different parts of its body and turns them into a bunch of new jellyfish. But why would a jellyfish do this? Well, it turns out that reverting to a younger form helps them survive. You see, when they're young polyps, they're more resistant to the effects of climate change. They can handle changes in temperature and ocean currents better than older jellyfish. And when they're faced with a predator, they can escape by releasing a cloud of ink that confuses the predator while they make their escape. In other words, being a little polyp is kind of like being small and cute. So the jellyfish plays up its cuteness to fool the predator into thinking it as just a tasty snack. And since they have so many polyps, there's always another one ready to take its place. So even if one gets eaten, the colony lives on. It's like the ultimate survival strategy. And it makes sense why the jellyfish would want to turn back time and be young again. But it doesn't really answer the question of why we can't do the same thing. I mean, wouldn't it be great to be able to rewind the clock and start over when things get tough? Well, maybe one day we will be able to. After all, we humans do have the ability to grow new body parts. We can regrow skin, hair, and even some of our internal organs. Maybe it's only a matter of time before we figure out how to grow an entirely new us. But until then, we'll just have to make do with what we got. So next time you feel like you're getting too old or too stressed out, just remember that you could always start over if you wanted to. Just imagine the possibilities. You could become a marine biologist and study jellyfish. Or maybe you'd rather be a chef and travel the world, trying new foods. Or perhaps you'd like to be an astronaut and explore the galaxy. The point is, it's never too late to start over and pursue your dreams. Even if you don't have the ability to turn back time like a jellyfish, you do have the power to create a new future for yourself. All it takes is a little imagination and a lot of hard work. So don't ever give up on yourself. And remember, even if you're feeling old and tired, you've got a whole galaxy of possibilities out there waiting for you.